Hey scholars, all right, let's get started on this wonderful, fantastic math application problem for the day. This draws on the concepts that are covered in module 30 and in lesson 30 and lesson 31. There's videos to those in my YouTube channel. You can get a link to them in our math slides. So if you haven't seen those yet, please go ahead and give those a look because they're really going to help you when we go through a problem like this today. All right? So let's get started in reading this. It starts, Mr. Smith has 15.6 pounds of oranges to pack for shipment. He can ship 2.4 pounds of oranges in a large box and 1.2 pounds in a small box. If he ships 5 large boxes, what is the minimum number of small boxes required to ship the rest of the oranges? So, let's start with what we know. We know that Mr. Smith has 15.6 oranges or pounds of oranges in all, right? That's the total. So going back to the math terms we've been talking about, this, if in a division sentence, since this is the total, this would be my dividend. This is what I am dividing. This is my total amount. So it then says he can ship 2.4, and this is important, I'm going to underline that. It says that he can ship 2.4 pounds in a large box and 1.2 pounds in a small box. It then tells me that if he ships 5 large boxes, so we know how many large boxes. What do we know about a large box? I'm going to say LB for large box. We know that it can hold 2.4 pounds of oranges, right? And since I also know, the other thing I know about the large box here is that he can ship 5 of them, and I'm going to actually delete this so we can do it in another color. He has 5 large boxes. In other words, he has 5 groups of 2.4. Well, how much is that? Well, if I have 5 groups of 2.4, that's like saying that I have 5 groups of 2 and another 5 groups of 0.4. You could think about this however you like. The way I like to think about it is I like to think about if 5 groups of 24 would be 120, then 5 groups of 2.4 will be 12. That was very big. And we can check. Alexa, what's 5 times 2.4?
5 times 2.4 is 12.
All right, so the way I thought about it is I know that 5 times 24 is 120. So 5 times 2.4 would be just taking the decimal point and moving it 1 over, and I would get 12. So now I know how many pounds he can ship in the large boxes. Remember, this 5, let me write this. This 5 is, actually let me write that here, is the number of large boxes, and this 2.4 is the amount that a large box can hold. So since I have 5 large boxes, each can hold 2.4, 12 is the amount of pounds of oranges he can ship in large boxes. So now I know that how much he can ship in a large box. He can ship 12 pounds in a large box. But I have to remember that this says that he has 15.6 pounds in all. So if he ships 5 large boxes, what is the minimum number of small boxes he needs to ship the rest of the oranges? Well, now I need to know, well, how many oranges does he have left over? So I started with 15.6. then I had to take away 12 pounds of it. And the reason that I'm lining the 12 up under the 15 is because it's 12 wholes, not, if I lined it up here with a 1 here and a 2 here, then it would be 15.6 minus 1.2, which is not what I have. I have 12 whole pounds. And what I'm going to end up with is having 3.6 pounds left over. So this 3.6, this is leftover oranges that need small boxes. And so now I need to remember, well, how much can a small box hold? It says that a small box can hold 1.2 pounds. So if I had one SB for small box, that would be 1.2 pounds. If I had 2 small boxes, then that would be 1.2 pounds and another 1.2 pounds, which would be 2.4 pounds, right? 1.2 plus another 1.2 would be 2.4. If I had 3 small boxes, and you have to excuse me going out of order here, I'm running out of room. If I have 3 small boxes, then that's the 2.4 from the original, from the 2 small boxes I already used, and another 1.2 from this new small box, and that would be 3.6, because 2.4, and I can do this right here, plus, that's the plus sign, go with me on that, plus 1.2 is going to be 3, so small, 0.6. So, going back to the question, we always need to go back to the question. It's asking, what is the minimum number of small boxes required to ship the rest of the oranges? Well, that means that my answer isn't going to be 15.6, it isn't going to be 3.6, it isn't going to be 12. All of those numbers I needed to find the answer, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the answer is just how many small boxes? 3. So my answer would be 3 SB for small boxes, SB are needed, right? Because that is answering the question being asked. I hope that was helpful, I hope it wasn't too confusing, and I hope the random interruptions didn't get you too distracted. As always, any questions, please come to my office hours. I am here for you, I miss you, so it brings me joy when you show up, and I will see you soon. Bye, scholars.